to First Take. It's time for DraftKings First Call Parlay. We've got 3 picks for tonight's game, 5s in the NBA. Just kidding. We're going to do that later on. Instead, we're going to go to the Spurs, who took care of the Trailblazers last night. They never trailed in a 114-95 win to advance to the semifinals in the Western Conference. Victor Wembanyama had 17 points, 14 boards, 6 blocks, all in Dave's work. De'Aaron Fox was great as well. Here was Wemby after the win. So Wemby wins his first playoff series. The Spurs now, are they proven they are capable of winning the title, Wilbon?
No, not from this series. They beat a play-in team. No, they can get there. They can. I don't think they will this year. And everything about Wemby, I'm obsessed. I don't miss watching him. If you can watch him play, watch him play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 2 people, Ohtani and Wembanyama, who you need to stop what you're doing and just appreciate the fact that you live in a time where you can watch this if you care about sports. Don't tell me you only watch football. If you care about sports and competition and the art of competition, then you want to watch those 2 guys whenever you can. Do I think that they prove? No. And those guys, by the way, Castle, wow. He and Harper have played so beyond their years so far. And De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes they do have experience. Not much of it. Harrison Barnes has more of it than De'Aaron Fox. But does beating Portland convince me they're ready to win a championship? No, they beat a play-in team. No, you got to win, and that will be on deck. We'll see. That'll be a step up what they get next, even though they're going to get either a wounded Minnesota team or a Denver team that also has some health issues and is less than. But no, they got steps to climb, and there's some despair, Shay, to be experienced before they just have a parade in San Antonio.
I will say, you did see the Spurs and the Nuggets go toe-to-toe throughout the regular season. The Nuggets really had the Spurs number, so that would be an interesting series. But do you think they can win the title now after what you've seen against the Blazers?
Let me throw one, not the one up you. I put Alcaraz in that point with tennis.
Oh. Good ass, good addition.
He is fun to watch.
So would Lamine Jamal, so maybe they're 4, but we're talking worldwide. It's not many.
Yeah, because he's won 7 Grand Slams. He's 22 years of age. I'll tell you my tennis little bone. So the tennis fan now will talk to me again. I'm with, listen, here was one thing about this series that I give San Antonio credit for. They were in a little trouble in Game 3. They had lost Game 2 when Wembanyama did not play Game 3, and they were trailing in that game. And they needed to, they were down. But that was Game 4 when they were down. This is the Game 3 when Wembanyama didn't play.
Oh, okay.
So when Wembanyama doesn't play, they lost Game 2, and in the fourth quarter they were in trouble, and they win the game. Go 2-1 up. That showed me a little moxie from the Spurs. But generally speaking, and Stevie's probably going to echo the same thing, it's hard right now. I think it'll be a great series. It's hard right now thinking they can beat the Thunder in a conference final. Hard to say, even with the great Wembanyama, I think, and I'm assuming Williams will play. OKC with the home court experience, SGA. I know they lost in the regular season to the Spurs, 4-5. Right. I know that. But you'd have to favor OKC in that series. But I think that's where they're going.
Clash.
Yeah. Let me say a couple of things, and I love the fact that y'all are here when I say this. Number one, I'm a bit sad because I want Denver to win now because Ant-Man and Dante DiVincenzo, who I really wish was still a Knick, by the way, are both out. Dante DiVincenzo's out for the rest of the season, torn Achilles. Ant-Man goes down with his knee injury. He's going to be out for several weeks. Ant-Man is him and Steph Curry are my two favorite players in the game. I love watching them. And the fact that he's going to be out, Minnesota better win Game 6 because they ain't winning Game 7 in Denver. And I kind of hope Denver will win because they're healthier than Minnesota. If Ant-Man was there, I'd be rooting for Minnesota. Having said that, here's the point about the San Antonio Spurs. I got Oklahoma City winning the championship. I had that from open and tap before the season even began. I had them repeating. Even when they lost 4-5 to San Antonio, I still have the Oklahoma City Thunder repeating. Here's what we have to monitor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just something special beyond what we say. We've got to find different ways to express how special this brother is. But Jalen Williams is important. And before these playoffs, I was still with OKC. Here's where my modification kicks in, fellas. If Jalen Williams doesn't come back from that hamstring injury and they don't have him, I don't give a damn how deep OKC is. I'd pick the Spurs to beat OKC without Jalen Williams. We forget how good he is. Jalen Williams was a dude, whether it was last year, I think it was the year before, all NBA, right? All defensive team. We forgot about that. It was only him and Eric Mobley that did that, that had that honor, because this brother defends. He dropped a 40-piece in the NBA Finals and averages over 20 a game. He's a legit 6'7", 6'8". And here's what he said when he was asked after they lost their first 3 matchups against the San Antonio Spurs. Why are y'all losing to them? What's so difficult? And he said, they've got some dude over there about 7'5". And he looked at the reporters like, yo, we haven't seen anything like this before. This is different. Wembanyama is different, okay? So now we go to the rest. Mike Wilbon, I've been a fan of De'Aaron Fox since he was at Kentucky. It's the only argument, you and I have talked about this, the only argument I defer to the great Irvin Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson will tell you, he's E.F. Hutton. When he speaks, I listen. The only argument, basketball-wise, we ever got in, only argument, period, we ever got into in the 25-plus years we've known each other is De'Aaron Fox. Because I wanted him to take De'Aaron Fox, and he wanted to take Lonzo Ball. I said, I'm telling you, De'Aaron Fox is that dude. You ain't going to take Jason Tatum, take De'Aaron Fox. That's who you got to take right there. And he didn't do it. I watched De'Aaron Fox in that first-round series for Sacramento against Golden State when Steph Curry had to drop 50 in a Game 7 in order for Golden State to walk away. Remember how De'Aaron Fox played that series? Remember how special he looked? I'm thinking about that dude. Now, by the way, we all love our boy Ron Harper, right, Wilbon? Who don't love Ron Harper? Could you imagine how proud he is right now looking at his son playing the way that his son is playing? Dylan Harper can play. This brother's got a bright future, doggy. Ron Harper's son. I mean, you talk about a proud papa. He should be very proud. This kid's a rookie. And I'm telling you right now, coming off the bench, this brother can ball. He's got it, okay? He's going to be special. Champagny out of St. John's. Let me not fail to give love to that brother and how he performed. Look at Stephon Castle, who I love. Vassell is no joke either. They have dudes who not only can play, but San Antonio guards that defend. And so for me, you need Jalen Williams ready for San Antonio. You can get through the Lakers, as great as the Lakers could potentially be. You can get through the Lakers if you're OKC. You cannot get through San Antonio without Jalen Williams. He's going to be that important because they got too many bodies to throw at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the rest of those cats. You're going to need Jalen Williams. If not, the San Antonio Spurs are going to the NBA Finals. And if they go to the NBA Finals, Wemby on center stage in the NBA Finals, y'all go ahead and pick against them. But I wouldn't.
Well, the Spurs have another round before they get to the finals. They were sub 500 against 3 teams in the league during the regular season, 2 of which were the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Now, I know the Timberwolves have been banged up since then, but nonetheless, something to keep in mind. Let's do.
They're not losing to Denver or Minnesota.
Okay, let's.
San Antonio is not losing to Denver or Minnesota.